What's up guys and girls, welcome back to another video. Today, we're just talking about the huge reprints that were just announced. Now if you haven't heard the news, reprints are coming out for ETBs for both Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, and I think also Temporal Forces. I could be wrong on that, we'll see, but I know GameStop has announced that they are doing release dates for at least Twilight and Surging Sparks ETBs, I think sometime in either late August or mid-September, sometime around there. It's on their website. But anyway, that's besides the point. Today, we're talking about these reprints. How is it going to affect the market? What's this gonna do? Make prices drop? Is Pokemon finally printing demand? Let's hop into it. Now obviously, at this point, if you haven't seen the news, these ETBs are being reprinted. From what I've heard, what I've seen on YouTube, Twitter, and all that, this is a pretty sizable reprint. So that means, Pokemon 8 months ago saw the demand, saw the increased interest in these sort of products, and was like, okay, we're gonna actually meet demand on these sorts of things, and we're gonna reprint them. Now, is this gonna quell said demand? No. It's not. Pokemon is still going to be sought after. People are still going to want it because the market demand right now, I think it's too high. People are not going to be satisfied with these. These are going to go GameStop, Walmarts, and all that, and the shelves are still going to be cleared. In fact, for Twilight Masquerade, if that, and Temporal Forces, those, who knows, that might be the last reprint for ETBs. They're older sets, they're getting up there. Very well might not be, but who knows? Maybe they don't come back again in ETB form. Maybe they're more booster boxes and things like that. So with that being said, you really have to ask yourself, how much is this really going to make the market drop? Because overall, if this all gets bought up by, I know a lot of people don't like the word of scalpers and all that, understandable, but if your local guy goes in and clears the entire shelf, you're not seeing any of this reprint. You will still have to buy things on the secondary market at increased prices. These aren't going to sit on shelves. It sucks to say, but these aren't going to be sitting on shelves for you just walk into Target and buy, because too many people know about the worth of them. People know how much they're desired. These things are not rare necessarily, but they're wanted by people. Every time you go into Walmart and there's a restock, tons of people seem to be getting in line to either scalp it and make money, to get cards to gamble with, collect cards. It's just not going away, even with massive reprints like this currently in this current market phase. Now, if we start seeing a downturn, very, very likely something like this would crash the market. But right now, market's still going strong. Destined Rivals is still $300 booster box. The Pokemon Center ETB is now like $250 a box. Nothing is able to quench this demand until just market sentiment changes. And to do that, I think Pokemon really, really needs to print the heck out of one of these Mega Evolution sets. It just has to happen for them to get this market under control. Say one set is just going to be sent, and we're just going to destroy the value of the set for longer terms, sort of like an Evolutions back in 2016. We're just going to reprint. We're going to print only this set. Everything beyond that, we're just not able to control. We can't do anything about those because we didn't know about demand. But this set, say Mega Evolutions 3 or 4, we know the demand. We're going to crash the market on this price. This set's going to be found MSRP everywhere because it's just going to be printed into Bolivia. That's kind of what they have to do at this point. Now, obviously, I'm filming this today on August 15th, kind of dates the video, but Costco did just do their 2-pack bundle for Surging Sparks. So the reprint is definitely in effect, and they have gone live. I was able to get through, thankfully, really easily, and I was able to get one order, so I'm super excited about that. I finally added Surging Sparks to my ETB collection, but otherwise, like, these are still hard to get. I saw people, there was a backdoor entry bypass that people were able to get. There wasn't a limit on that, so people were buying the entire stock. It had to end early. I think people were not able to get the stuff in the product that they wanted because people have bots, they had bypass methods, they had other ways to get the product that normal people who don't follow this sort of stuff religiously weren't able to. So it's going to cause the increased demand. The people who didn't get the Surging Sparks bundles are going to be like, well, I really did want to open Surging Sparks. The prices at least dropped, I'll buy on secondary. And because they bought on secondary, the prices are going to go back up because the demand is still there. This reprint does not quench demand. Demand is still going to be prevalent. Unfortunately, I don't think there's much we can do. It's all in Pokemon's hands. Now, a lot of people may be asking, why just ETBs? Why not booster boxes? And honestly, I think Pokemon is kind of realizing that booster boxes are a lot harder to reprint, because I don't know if anyone knows this. I don't even know if I'm correct, but I'm pretty sure for a booster box, you have to like pay somebody because the final part of it is like not machine operated, because they have to like wrap the seal or something like that. I don't know if that's true. Correct me if I'm wrong, but booster boxes are a little bit harder to reprint than say an ETB or just packs in general. So booster boxes, I think Pokemon's gonna want to keep them just kind of how they are, as maybe one-time prints until they kind of get this under control, and they'll be like, okay, we can start printing these again and start getting them back in the market, because the market isn't saturated. There isn't like a quench of like demand that we have to satisfy. That sort of stuff is gone. Scalpers are gone. Nobody cares about booster boxes again. That time will come. It's a matter of time. I mean, if you even look at the shoe market currently, I don't know if I don't really follow the shoe market, but I know from what I've seen, the shoe market's in a downturn right now, which means all the scalpers from over there have gone over to Pokemon because there's money in this market. They're going to resell. make money, do whatever they gotta do. It's just a matter of cycles. Eventually that market will pop back up, Pokemon will go back down, and TCGs in general will start heading that direction. Shoes will start going crazy again, and hypeware and all that sort of stuff will go crazy. They'll go back over there and leave the TCGs alone. It's unfortunate. I wish bot protections were better, because buying online is like the easiest way, because there's a limit a lot of times, but bots get around that sort of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how this sort of plays out, how it goes. But yeah, are you excited about the ETB reprints? I'm pretty excited. I don't have a Twilight. I think I'm missing one of the Temporals. I'm missing Surging Sparks. Super excited to be adding those to my sealed collection. I just need the Pokemon Center versions for most of those, so a little bit expensive, but hopefully I can add those later date. We'll see, but I'm excited for them to be reprinted. Hopefully, check GameStop. I'll try and see what I can do in my Discord. Join the Discord. I'll make announcements whenever GameStop's doing these drops. But yeah, otherwise, I think that's going to be it for the video. Like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Appreciate it, everyone.